All right guys, so this is the Miss Saori hydrangea, and these get about 3 foot by 3 foot, so it'll stay fairly small. That's why I think it'll be a good spot right here next to the water cutoff. And that snowball bush, I believe, gets about 6 foot, so it will give us enough space here, and also have some shade right here from this hickory tree.
Dean Family Acres.
All right guys, so taking advantage of some of this cool fall weather and perfect time to plant some plants. You can see here is our snowball bush that we planted here on the left right there. It was doing really well, and then I forgot to water it when we had a hot spell and it dropped the leaves, but now everything's frozen. When I do scrape on it, it is green, so it's fine. But I definitely was a little worried about that. If you haven't seen that video, go check that out. We also have another crepe myrtle. We also have another hydrangea here. And then also, excuse the extra stuff. We all have that around our yard, I'm sure. Another one here. So this next one, I'm actually gonna plant right here by our water box. This is actually where the main controls are. They go up to the muscadines. The one to the right goes to the muscadines, one to the left goes to the garden. And the main one that drops down there actually is for the water up front with the sprinkler system and stuff. So, so we've got those coming off all in that one box. I do need to trim that box down. It will not sit this high. It will go down probably about 4 inches or so that it will be right at the edge of the ground level. So we're going to plant this next hydrangea right here, and I will get it and we'll kind of just talk about it a little bit. All right guys, so this is the Miss Saori hydrangea, and these get about 3 foot by 3 foot, so it'll stay fairly small. That's why I think it'll be a good spot right here next to the water cutoff. And that snowball bush, I believe, gets about 6 foot, so it will give us enough space here, and also have some shade right here from this hickory tree. So we're gonna get this planted. Also insert a picture of this hydrangea here now, just so you can see exactly what they look like. This has gone through a frost, that's why it looks like this, and it definitely needs to be planted now. I believe I've had this one when I planted the other one in the front bed over by the shop. It looks very similar to this. They're very similar in color, and it bloomed once or twice this year and looked absolutely beautiful. Just really unique bloom. So if you haven't seen these before, I definitely encourage you to check these out. Miss Saori hydrangea. Got our plant here, and then this is also just some basically homemade potting mix that we've used for some starter plants. It has compost, some other garden soil, and also some perlite and vermiculite in it. So we're gonna use that. We're gonna mix in. It's really crazy the way that our soil is over here. You can notice it is super powdery. I like to consider this a loam, but compared to the front side of the house, it's just completely different. You will dig down with topsoil, maybe just a couple inches, and then you just hit red clay here. I mean, it is just a nice loam, so it does drain very well. And so we always basically from about the well house is right behind the camera here, all the way to the back of the property. For the most part, it's just like this. So again, it's just kind of cool to see the different diversity that different properties have. Whenever you're looking to get these hydrangeas planted, you definitely want to make sure that you're not burying them too deep. You want to have them an inch or so just above ground level. I did plant this a little bit further forward than the snowball bush that we have there, just because it's only gonna get about 3 feet tall, about 3 feet wide. So we'll kind of just fill up the space like this. That way, if we wanna put something that stands a little taller behind it, we can. Of course, we do have this hickory tree, that kind of thing. But even irises or something like that that gets larger, you know, that gets a pretty good height to it. You know, not all irises do, but 3 foot, you know, you get some pretty decent size that might be something else that can go behind it, instead of just always putting that in the front. Again, mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna add just a little more soil in here and mix it in. Okay. You can tell it is time to plant. Been in this pot way too long. Wow. Should tease these roots just a wee bit. Always kind of want to make sure you position your plant in a direction that it's growing. Of course, that can always change. You can always prune it, but essential is there. And then one thing that I try and do is try my best to keep that tag with this plant. It's another reason I video almost everything. Appreciate you guys watching as we planted a Miss Saori hydrangea. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you subscribe, be sure and ring that bell like Mike Tyson did in the 1980s so you don't miss a single episode of Dean Family Acres.